Hello everybody, welcome to the third video of my Megaminx tutorial, a beginner's method tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve F2L, which is composed of the corner and an edge. So it should be exactly how you do a 3x3, except there's a couple things to keep in mind. So a lot of beginner's method will teach people to have your cross, or your star piece in this case, on top. While it is possible to do that, I do not recommend it because it keeps your orientation all out of place. You're constantly moving everywhere, and it's just not the easiest way to look for pieces. Because at the end of the day, Megaminx, the hardest part about Megaminx is finding the piece because it's everywhere, and there's 12 of the faces. So everything I'm going to teach is going to be based off the star on the bottom, which means the moves or the algorithms I'm going to show you, which consists of two that you probably already should know or you've already learned. I'm just going to teach it based off of the angle where the star is on the bottom. Some of you guys might already know these algorithms, or with a little bit of practice, you'll see that it's the exact same algorithm you learned, except executed with cross on bottom. So, before further ado, just like how we look for star pieces, we're going to solve the corners. So there's 5 of the corners. And just a real easy one is right here. So the right corner place for this to be is red, white, green, and it's going to be right here. And just like in 3x3, you're just going to bring it right on top of the slot. So the slot's right here. All you have to do is put it right up here on the slot right on top of it. And then you're just going to execute a 4-move algorithm that you probably know already, or you know from a different angle. So it's going to be R, U, R prime, U prime. So that's going to insert the corner. Now in a situation where, where the corner is already in the piece, but not in the right slot, but it's not oriented correctly, the colors are not matched up, you just execute the algorithm from here, and it'll still solve the corner for you eventually. So just as an example, it's down here, not up here, and I can still R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. So I'm just going to find the piece and do the same thing for each one. So I'm going to show you the process of how I bring a piece to the correct slot, because that's important in Megaminx. So I found a piece right here, and I know the slot is actually all the way back here. So it's actually quite a ways away. The easiest way to get from here to here is I recommend, wherever it is, bring the corner to the very top layer. And then rotate your puzzle until you see the side that you're looking for. Now that you know the corner is up on the top layer, you have to do just 2 more turns to get it to the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and solve the piece by putting this piece down in this corner right here, because it's the slot right here and the top slot is going to be right here. So this is just like 3x3, R, U, R prime, U prime. I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to look for this piece, and I know it has to go somewhere back here. So the easiest way for me to do it is I'm going to bring it to the top layer. I can just turn it twice, and then rotate to find the side I need, which is right over here in this general area. Then I bring the corner from the top layer. I can just bring it to the general area. And now it's easy for me to get to the place I needed to go. Right up here, because it has to go in this slot. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then one more time, and it's solved. Now, I wanted to show you guys this because this can happen too. If somehow you find the piece, but it's in a different slot, there's a couple options. If you have other corners to choose from, like not all the corners are solved, you can go ahead and look for something else, and eventually this piece will probably leave. However, if this is one of your 2 last corners, you might want to go ahead and solve it. So the easiest way to do this is you're going to do the algorithm to get this piece out. Only one time is necessary. So I'm just going to take that piece out so it doesn't confuse anybody. If I need this piece to move out of this bottom layer, I just execute the algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime. Now it's out of the slot, and I only do this once. I don't repeat it. Repeating it would end up solving the piece again. So I'm going to bring it up to the top layer, and then rotate until I find the right side, and it's going to be up here, or down here. Bring it over, and then I'm just going to bring it to this piece because it's on top of the right slot. And execute the algorithm until it's solved. And I'm just going to solve this last corner. And this is basically solving the first layer. It's just like 3x3, except you always keep this star on the bottom. And just like just like on 3x3, we're going to be solving the edges, just like F2L on 3x3. So some algorithms on 3x3 beginner's method are going to teach you how to do it based off of like cross on the side or cross is still on top. This is going to be basically the algorithm I'm going to teach you with the cross on the bottom. You should already be familiar with the algorithm. Now, looking for a piece is going to be fairly standard, just like how you look for a piece for a star or look for a piece on a corner. The easiest way for it to travel to the place you need it to go is by putting it on the top layer and rotating. So I found this piece, and I know it needs to go somewhere like over here, which is not too far, but I can show you guys to put on the top layer. It's easy to bring it to where you need it to go. So this piece needs to go to here or here. Doesn't matter which one. So one way to do it is bring it to the top layer, turn the top layer until it's near around the right area, and then bring it down. So you want to either match it up with this side or this side, depending if the color is matching. So this side would be incorrect because the color is not matching. This side is going to be the correct side because the color is matching. And then you're going to execute this algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. Now we're just going to do the same thing for the rest of them. So I'm going to go ahead and look for another piece right here, and I'm going to bring it to its either this piece or this piece. That's going to be the correct area, so I don't have to turn it very far. This piece is incorrect because it's not aligned. This piece is going to be the correct side because it's aligning correctly. It's not a checkerboard. It's light blue is with light blue. And then we're going to execute the same algorithm, except this one has to go down here. If it was on this side, it would go down here, and that's going to be the right-handed version. Now this side is going to go down to the left. So if it's going left, you're using the left-handed algorithm for this. So it's the same thing except lefty. So it's going to be U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. So it's the same thing except you execute the algorithm on your left hand. All these algorithms will be in the description as well as in the video, so no worries. It'll be easy to follow. And we're just going to solve everything else the same way. So I'm going to see this piece right here. I'm going to put it either here or here. This one is wrong, and this one is right. So I'm going to solve it like so. It's going to the right. So U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And we're just going to do the same thing for the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and do this piece right here. So say for example it's a little farther away. Just to show you guys again, I need this over here. all I have to do is bring it to the top layer and then rotate to the face that I need to go. And then I need to bring it to this general area. So now it's here. And now I'm going to put it in either this piece or this piece. This piece is good. This is bad because it's a checkerboard. So this one is lined up. So I'm going to use this angle. So from here, it's going down to the left. So I'm going to execute the lefty algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. All right, so here's a special sort of case. So it's in the correct slot, but it's checkerboard, it's flipped. The colors are not lined up. In this case, you just have to take it out. So the way you take it out is you execute the algorithm. It doesn't matter if you execute using the right-handed algorithm or if you execute using the left-handed algorithm. Well, this algorithm will take out the piece for you, and then you can solve it like normal. So I'm just going to execute the right-handed algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And now the piece is away. So I'm just going to put it in either this slot or this slot and begin to solve like normal. All right, so this is bad, and this is good. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this down to here. And it's going to the right, so I'm going to use the right-handed algorithm. All right, so now we have the F2L completely solved. If you're able to do this step, S2L will be very similar, except it's a little bit of a change of perspective on what's being solved in the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video here. Nothing too fancy. Basically, F2L is something you already know on 3x3, except you're keeping your angle with the first layer on the bottom, and you're learning the algorithms that accommodate the cross and bottom. And also, when you're looking for pieces, when you find the piece and the right place is far away, you just bring the piece to the top layer, rotate to the side that you need to go, and then bring the piece over from the top layer. And it's fairly simple. All right, so this is the end of the F2L video. Thank you.